can use the analytical method or graphical method. Either way, can. What type of random variables are there? X and Y. X and Y are uniformly distributed random variables. You have to find fz of z. So if you observe that fx of x, that can be represented as u of x minus u of x minus 1, because both the functions fx of x and fy of y are composed of step functions. Therefore, fx of x can be written as this, and fy of y is equivalent to 1 by 2 times u of y minus u of y minus 2. So we have to find the density function fz of z, which is equivalent to minus infinity to plus infinity fx of y minus z, is it? Z minus y or y minus z minus y, because z is equivalent to x plus y. So x is z minus y, and this is fy of y dy. So this is the convolution integral. We have to evaluate this. Fx of x is known to us, fy of y is also known to us. So we substitute those values here. This is first one is, see, we know fx of x. Can we find fx of z minus y? That is, in this equation on both sides replace x with z minus y. Therefore, this will become u of z minus y. And you write that, and u of y is as it is. Dy is a, and 1 by 2 is there, which is constant, that can be taken. Is it? Now multiply the two terms and separate the integrals. You will get four integrals. First one is minus infinity to plus infinity. See, it is u of z by z minus y into u of y dy. First integral. But what is u of y? U of y is equivalent to 1 for y greater than 0 and 0 for y less than 0. Therefore, can I change this lower limit 0 to infinity, and u of y is becoming 1. The remaining term is dy. Is it? Minus. Next, u of z minus 1 into u of y minus 2. We know that u of y minus 2 is 1 from 2 to infinity. Understood? Therefore, you can write it as u of z minus y dy. This is the second term. Are you following that what I am doing? Simply multiply u of z minus y multiplied with u of y. But u of y is equivalent to 1 from 0 to infinity and 0 in the remaining interval. That's why this minus infinity to plus infinity can be written as 0 to infinity. And next one is minus. Again, this can be written as 0 to infinity u of z minus y minus 1 dy. The last term can be written as 2 to infinity u of z minus y minus 1 dy. That is, from this step we have written this. Actually, we have two terms, 2 plus 2. Total 4 terms are there. When you multiply, you get 4 integrals. Understood? We separated those terms. But we already know that this u of z minus y is equivalent to 1 for z minus y greater than 0, z minus y less than 0. This can also be written as y less than or equivalent to z. Is it? Is it? Therefore, can I write this first integral as 1 by 2? It is y is the integral, variable of integration. Y should be less than z. Then this is equivalent to 1. Understood? Therefore, this can be written as 0 to z. d1. Okay? And minus 1 by 2. Here, u of z minus 1. Again, it is less than the 2 to z. dy minus 1 by 2 into 0 to u of z minus y minus 1. Therefore, y should be less than z minus 1. Therefore, z minus 1. So dy plus 1 by 2 is 2 to z minus 1. So for that purpose, we are using these basic equalities. Another one is u of z minus y minus 1 is equivalent to 1 for z minus y minus 1 greater than or equivalent to 0, which is nothing but y is less than or equivalent to z minus 1. Therefore, from 0 to z and 2 to z, 0 to z minus 1 and 2 to z minus 1. Now, if you evaluate, what you get? You get 0. Okay. The answer is 0. That is not the correct answer. Okay. It should not be 0. Understood? But if you proceed in this way, that is here up to this step, this is right. Okay. But here onwards, you have to concentrate on the integrals, evaluation of integrals. If you directly evaluate these integrals, definitely you will get a 0. Okay. Now, how you do? If you observe this, what is the left hand side? fz of z. What is this z here? Z is the value that taken by the random variable. What type of random variable is this z? See, x is a continuous random variable, y is also continuous random variable, x plus y is also continuous. So z is a continuous random variable. Z is continuous random variable. What is the value that taken by the random variable z? From minus infinity to plus infinity. That is, this z can take any value between minus infinity and plus infinity. That is, on the real axis, it can take any value. Is it right? So therefore, here, based on the value of z, you have to evaluate the integrals. Understood? This z is also very important. That is, the value of z is also important, and based on the value of the z, you have to evaluate the integrals. Otherwise, you will get a 0. Okay. Is it clear? Then how we find the intervals? How we find the values of z? How we change these limits? It depends on the two functions that are given. Let us see. So we already know that this is fx of x, is it? Which is equivalent to 1 from 0 to 1. And another one is fy of y. This is 1 by 2 from 0 to 2. If you observe the integral, fz of z is equivalent to minus infinity to plus infinity fx of z minus y fy of y dy. So here, what actually we are doing, first fy of y is known to us, this one, and we have to find fx of z minus y. Fx of x is known, fx of z minus 1 can be evaluated, and multiply these two. After multiplication, integrate over minus infinity to plus. Then you are getting fz of z. So here fy of y is already plotted here. We have to plot fx of z minus 1. Let us plot fx of z minus 1. So in order to plot fx of z minus y, first you replace this x with some dummy variable w. Following, I am replacing x with some dummy variable w. Now if you substitute w equivalent to z minus y here, then what you will get? Fx of z minus y. We have to find fx of z minus y. Is it right? From the integral. So that's why first replace the variable x by dummy variable w and substitute w equivalent to z minus y. So from this, what is y? Y is equivalent to z minus w. Now find the new values of y. So here what is w? W is 0. When w is 0, what is y? Z. Here what is w? W is 1. The corresponding value is z minus 1. That is, if w is varying from 0 to 1, y is varying from z to z minus 1. So from 0 to 1 it is constant. So therefore, from z to z minus 1 it is constant. Now what is this function? This function is fx of z minus 1. See the difference between this and this. This is fx of x. This is fx of z minus 1. Now let us plot this fy of y again. Nothing is there, we are simply implementing this integral. So this is fy of y, I plotted it as it is. Now on the same plot, we plot this also. Okay. So here, I am plotting this. This is z and this is z minus 1. Is it right? This amplitude equivalent to 1. So this blue curve is the fx of z minus y and the white one is fy of y. If you observe this, what is y here? Y equivalent to 0. Okay. Here the assumption is z is less than 0. Is this condition satisfied here? Why? Because this z can be any value. For example, if z is 1, this will be 1, this will be 0. That is, this z will appear somewhere here. But here I am assuming z is less than 0. If z is less than 0, so this is z value and this is z minus. Now, if z is less than 0, take the product of these two. Find fx of z minus y multiplied with fy of y. What is the product? It is very clear from the plot. What is the product? If you multiply these two, there are no common terms. Okay, so it is, if the product is 0, area under that product is also 0. Therefore, what is this integral? This is fz of z. So fz of z is equivalent to 0 for z less than 0. Now come back to the integrals. If you observe this, I assume z is less than 0. See, z is in the upper limit. If z is less than 0, obviously this integral is 0. Is it? Here also this integral is 0. Here also it is 0 and here also it is 0. Why? Because when z is less than 0, we are starting at 0. Upper limit should be greater than the lower limit. But here the lower limit is 0, but z is less than 0. So therefore this integral is also 0. And see, we are starting at 2, but z is less than 0. Definitely this integral is also becoming. So therefore fz of z is equivalent to 0 for z less than 0. So it is very clear that for z less than 0, there is no common area between the two functions fx of z minus 1 and fy of y. Actually, we are taking the product of these two and integrating. What does that mean? Take the product and find the area under that product. Otherwise, we are finding the common area. Here, they are not. There is no common region between the two functions because z is less than 0 here. Function fy of y is starting from 0, but here z is less than 0. This is somewhere before 0. So that's why this is becoming 2. Now if you take the interval 0 to 1, I am assuming z is lying in between 0 to 1. Then again plot it. This is fy of y. Okay. Fy of y is kept as it is, 1 by 2. What about fx of z minus y? Now z is in between 0 and 1. That is, this should move to this region. This is 1. This is z. This is z minus. Actually, first we have to write z minus 1 and then z. Is it? So here I do one thing. Z minus 1 and z. This is z, z minus 1. So this is z, z minus 1. Understood? This value is equivalent to 1. I followed the change. Why I changed this? Actually, z minus 1 is less than z. Understood? That's why I changed these two. Otherwise, it is same. Understood? Z is greater than z minus 1. As we normally move from left to right in the increasing order, less value, that is lower value first and then higher value. That's why I written z minus 1 first and then z. Okay, they are in the order. So here, as z is less than 0, okay, so obviously in this case also it is 0. Now if you observe this, both are overlapping in certain region. So in which region they are overlapping? That is 0 to z. From 0 to z they are overlapping. Where z is in between 0 and 1. In this case, z is lying in between 0 and 1. Here you can see this is somewhere 1. Therefore, z is in between 0 and 1. Understood? Now find the integral. Okay. So here z is between 0 and 1, so we have to consider this integral, and then any other, this integral should be considered. Anything else? Because here it is starting from 2, but z is in between 0 and 1, so we can eliminate this integral. What about this? Here also we can discard this, and this can also be discarded. So therefore only one integral, that is therefore fz of z is equivalent to integral 0 to z, where z is in between 0 and 1. It is d1. And what is the value of this? This is equivalent to z. Already 1 by 2 is there outside, so it is z by 2. So therefore fz of z equivalent to 0 for z less than 0, and fz of z is equivalent to z by 2 from 0 to 1. Understood this? Here, what is the common region? This region is the common area. Now if you find this common area, what is the area of this common region? Z by 2. So that's what we got. Same result. Third case is z is lying in between 1 and 2. So again plot it. Again plot the two functions. This is y, fy of y, which is equivalent to 1 by 2 from 0 to 2. This is 1 by 2. And plot fx of z minus y also. Now we are assuming z is in between 1 and 2, that is 1 less than or equivalent to z less than 2, between 1 and 2. So here this is the z, and z minus 1 will be somewhere here. So this is z and this is z minus 1. This amplitude is equivalent to 1. Understood? So this blue line is the fx of z minus 1, and green white one is the fy of 1. Now if you observe this, there is a common region. So this is the common region, and over this region the product is non-zero. What is the interval z minus 1 to z? Z minus 1 to z is the region. Then which integral that you have to consider? Go back to the integrals, 4 integrals. See, the plots are to decide the interval. Why we are plotting? To decide over which interval it is not 0. To identify that we are plotting. So in this case, see, z is between 1 and 2. So 0 to 1 and 2, it can be considered. And it is 2 to z. 2 is not included, so this can be eliminated. And 0 to 1, z is in between 1 and 2. For example, if z is 1, 1 minus 1. Can we consider this? If z equivalent to 1.5, z equivalent to 1.5, then we have to consider this integral also. That is the first integral and the third one. The remaining 2 can be eliminated because in the remaining 2 lower limit is starting at 2. Okay. But we are letting z is in between 1 and 2. Therefore, second and fourth integrals can be eliminated. So therefore, fz of z is equivalent to the first integral. First integral is 0 to z dy, 1 by 2 is there, and the third integral minus 1 by 2, 0 to z minus 1. What is the value here? 1 by 2. Therefore, fz of z is equivalent to 1 by 2 from 1 to 2. Next, consider fy of y. We are keeping fy of y as it is, that is from 0 to 2, which is equivalent to 1 by 2. Now the interval we consider 2 to 3. Z is in between 2 and 3. So here this is 2, so this is 1, this is 3. This is the z value, and z minus 1 is somewhere here. This amplitude is 1. This is z minus 1. Here, what is the area of this shaded region in this case, in the previous case? 1 by 2 into 1. So we got 1 by 2, same. That is, we are simply finding the common area between the two curves for different z values. Now the common region is this. That is, from z minus 1 to 2, the product is non-zero. In the remaining interval, it is 0. So therefore, what is fz of z? Which one we have to consider? Z is in between 2 and 3. Z is in between 2 and 3. I think we can consider all the 4 integrals, because the first integral is from 0 to z, that is satisfied. Second integral is from 2 to z. Z is in between 2 and 3. Okay. And here also starting from 0. Here also starting from all the 4. Now what is the value? No, not all the 4. 0 to first integral we have to consider. First integral 0 to z dy, and then second one is 2 to z. So we can eliminate it. Okay. And the third one, so that can be considered. So therefore minus 1 by 2, 0 to z minus 1 dy. And next one is, so again you are getting 1 by 2. So 0 to z, z is in between 2 and 3. So we can consider the first integral. 2 to z. Here we are including 2 also. Is it? You see the interval. We have written 2 less than or equivalent to z less than 3. Therefore we can consider the second one also. That is, we have to evaluate this integral at y equivalent to 2. So we have to consider this, and 0 to this one. And z minus 1, this can be eliminated. Because we are starting at 2. For example, if you let 2 here, 2 minus 1, 1. So 2 to 1 is not possible. So therefore, first 3 integrals need to be considered. First 3 integrals. Minus 1 by 2, 2 to z d. We have to consider this also. Why? Because, see, we are including 2 also here. 2 less than or equivalent to z less than 3. So 2 to z. So 2 to 2, that is, we are evaluating this integral at 2. At y equivalent to 2. Now if you observe this, for z greater than or equivalent to 3. For z greater than or equivalent to 3, what will happen? Z comes to here. Z minus 1 will come somewhere here. No overlap. So therefore the product is 0. Area is also 0. Therefore, fz of z is equivalent to 0 for z greater than or equivalent to 3. See, that you can verify from this equation. When you substitute z equivalent to 3 here, 3 minus 3 by 2, 0. That is, at z equivalent to 3, it is becoming 0. So this is the way of finding the convolution between two functions, fx of x and fy of x. So now we can summarize the result. Fz of z is equivalent to 0 for z less than 0, and this is equivalent to z by 2 for 0 to 1, and this is equivalent to 1 by 2 from 1 to 2, and this is equivalent to z by 2 for 2 to 3. Therefore, if you plot this, the fz of z 0, see, it is 0 here, okay, and from 0 to 1 it is z by 2. It is in the form of y equivalent to mx. Okay. Straight line passing through the R. Its slope 1 by 2. Okay. And from 1 to 2 it is constant, which is equivalent to 1 by 2. And 2 to 3, again it is a straight line, is it? But the slope is negative. Straight lines, negative slope. And here on. So this is the fz of z. Okay. We convolve fx of x, which is equivalent to 1 from 0 to 1, and fy of y, which is equivalent to 1 by 2 from 0 to 2. This is 1 by 2. So if you convolve these two, we will get this. A convolution between two rectangular pulses. Actually, fx of x is a rectangular function, fy of y is also a rectangular function. We got it trapezoid. Is it a valid density function? See, fz of z is greater than or equivalent to 0. That condition is satisfied. What about the area under this? It is 1. Check it. Area of this is 1 by 2 into 1, 1 by 2. Here also 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by 4. This is 1 by 2. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. So it is a valid density function. So therefore we started with two uniformly distributed random variables x and y. We considered the density function of x and the density function of y, and we obtained the density function of z. Is it uniform? Is the random variable z uniform? It is not uniform. If it is uniform, this 1 by b minus a should be the density function. So what this indicates? The two random variables x and y are uniform. The random variable z equivalent to x plus y need not be uniform. Is it clear to you?